I'm Professor Samaras. How are you? I'm in my kitchen right now. I just finished reading you the book Time and the Magic Brush, and I was thinking about how you could paint at home. Today, in my kitchen, using some very simple things, I'm going to teach you how to make paint and how to make a painting with homemade paint. The first thing I do when I'm in my kitchen or my art studio is put on a smock. This shirt protects my dress. I've also got plastic over here to protect my counter. The next thing I do is gather materials that I'm going to need for my project, so you can see some of those materials here. You might want to watch this video more than once so that you can see how I laid things out. But basically, to paint, you need three things. Number one is a brush of some type. You might not have a brush, but I will talk about that. Number two, you need paint. You might not have store-bought paint, which is why I'm going to teach you how to make your own egg tempera today. And number three, you need something to paint on, a piece of paper, a piece of cardboard. If you don't have a lot of paper in your house, don't worry, we will be recycling paper. So what I'm going to do now is stand up and I'm going to move the camera over to my hands. You won't see my face, but you will hear my voice talking to you. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go to the fridge and get an egg. I've got it. Here's my egg. All right, do you have a knife at home? I'm sure you do. I'm going to use the knife to separate the egg white from the egg yolk. You probably want your parent to help you with this. So there goes the white. The white is falling down. You want to get all the white off. And then, whoops, more white. More white. It's very drippy, but that's okay. Oh, more white. There. Now the yolk is over here. Okay, let me make sure you can see that bowl. Yes. Okay, now what do? I want to use a fork and whip that egg up, just like you're making scrambled eggs. Okay? I'm gonna move this just a little bit so you can see my hand. See? I'm whipping that up. There we go. Now I need something to put my different colors in. Can you see this? This used to be for my apples. And now I'm going to use it for my different colors. But first I want to take a paper towel and wipe it out, because I'm not sure if the egg yolk is going to like the water. We're making homemade paint today. Okay. So even though I only had 4 apples, look at how many colors I can make. 4 apples, but you take the container apart, I've got 8 colors, if I have enough yolk. Let's see. So we will put yolk here, a little bit of yolk here, a little bit of yolk here, a little bit of yolk here. Whoa, there's 4 colors coming here. Okay, and another one. A little bit of yolk here, a little bit here, here, and the rest. So, can you see what I've done? These are the yolks, and I will mix colors into them. The easiest way is with food coloring. Food coloring is what you use at Easter to color your eggs with. I tried making a red already. I'm going to show you my red that's already made. It only took me 2 drops of food coloring. 1, 2. And then I took my brush. I do have a small brush here. See this thing? And I stirred it up. Wow, I have red. Isn't that cool? That's it, that's the paint. Over here, I've already painted. And this is the red paint. It dries shiny, which is very nice. That's because of the egg yolk. The egg yolk is a binder, which means that it adheres the color to it. So it's a liquid, but when it dries, it's got a nice shine. I'll show you what those other colors are later. So I could make myself a blue with 2 drops of blue, right? I could make a green, or I could make my own green with blue and yellow. I'm sorry I'm interrupting myself here, but let's just try red, blue, and yellow only. Those are the 3 primary colors. Red, blue, and yellow. And each time I want to mix my paint, I've got to wash my sink is over here. I'm going to wash out the brush. And then I'm going to mix my blue. Here comes the blue. Ooh, it's kind of like I don't like that blue that much. That's, to me, that's like a green blue, but okay. It's not bad. Wash the brush. And make my yellow. Whoopa. That's kind of like an orangey yellow, right? And I'm going to talk about where to get color, of course. I mean paper. But for now, I'm just going to show you my paper. I'm going to try out my colors. Okay. Here's my yellow. Wow, that's a bright yellow. I actually think that's a great yellow. Now that I see it here, wow. That's just 2 drops of yellow food coloring and egg yolk. Amazing. Let's try the blue. Maybe it looks a little different on my painting. Let me see. Well, it's not too bad. It's a little bit greenish, but all right, I can live with it. There we go. Here comes my blue. And let's try something else, which is mixing the yellow and the blue right there. What do you think is going to happen when I mix yellow and blue? It makes green, right? Now I have 3 colors. Wow. Okay. So food coloring works really well. But what in case you don't have food coloring? What are you going to use? Well, I tried some things from my kitchen. I tried making brown with some Hershey's cocoa. I tried making red with some sriracha sauce. And I couldn't figure out what to make blue with yet. But anyways, let's try that. I'm going to show you what did I do with the cocoa. I took a little bit of cocoa. I guess I can try a little bit, like maybe this much. And put it in the egg yolk. And stir it around. And let's see what happens. Well, it's a little bit dry. I might have used a little too much, but this isn't bad. I'm sorry that we're using food. I know that using food is not something we do in school. Actually, you do need the egg to make egg tempera, but food is precious, and normally we would not be using food like this. But if you're home for the COVID-19 crisis, I think it's a rule we can break. All right, I made brown. And what if I don't have a paintbrush? What am I going to use? Well, I was thinking, how about this? Hold on, I will show you my very simple invention. You've seen it before. What is this? Q-tip. Okay, so here's your Q-tip with the brown. And that is how I got that brown, by the way. Let me try again. Here's my brown, made with egg yolk and Hershey's cocoa. It works. Okay, let's try something else, right? Let's try the sriracha sauce. I found that the sriracha sauce did not give me a very dark orange. You see it over here? It's very mild. That means that there's probably not too much food coloring in the sriracha sauce, because it's not the sauce we need, it's the coloring that's in there, right? So let's just go on this side. And again, we don't normally use the food this way, but this is a pandemic, it's a crisis, and these are not ordinary circumstances. Okay, let's try my sriracha sauce, orange. Over here, let's see. Oh, yeah, you see what I mean? It's kind of like, it's translucent, actually. That's what it is. It's a translucent paint I just made. All right. Now, let's try it over the yellow. So as you can see, what I want you to do when you paint is try things. First of all, I want you to try to make different colors, and then I want you to play on the paper as well, right? When you make your painting. Can you think of anything else besides a Q-tip you could use for a brush? Would a toothbrush work? Would no, a hairbrush will not work. What about an old hardware brush like I have right here? Will that work? It's kind of yucky on the end, but maybe I could take a scissors and just trim the hair at the very end. I'm going to show you what I mean. Take that and we'll just trim a little bit of the yuck off. It's got some glue or something. And then come back to my paint. I think this time I'm going to go back to my red mixed with my blue accidentally. What does that make? We know what red and blue makes. It makes purple. Purple. All right, let's try purple with my big brush. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice, right? So there's a lot of things that can spread paint. I wouldn't recommend your fingers for this because the egg yolk is kind of sticky, but there's so much paint we can make at home. Isn't that amazing? I'd like you to think with your parents what you could use to color the yolk. Another thing I thought of was maybe some cinnamon. We could get some kind of a gold. Or maybe I have some Mexican mole, which I love very much and don't want to use too much for paint, but maybe I would in an emergency. The last thing I want to talk to you about is collecting paper. It would be a very nice thing if you and your parent could get a box like this and start to collect some paper for your art. And what do I mean by that? Well, you might not have a lot of paper at home, so I'm going to show you some ideas that I had for paper. One thing you could use for paper is an envelope, right? You could open the envelope carefully. And let's see, could we make that into a piece of paper? I think so. All right, let's see on this side. Oh, I messed up a little bit. But remember, we don't have mess ups in art, right? All right, let me see. Not too bad. What is the shape going to be when I open it? Is it going to be a square? Nope. Not a square. Ooh, it's a nice diamond though. That's not bad, right? What would I do if I didn't want the diamond and I wanted just the it's not a square, excuse me, it's a rectangle. What would I do? Well, I would cut off the edges and make my rectangle shape. So that's what I'm going to do right now to show you. Maybe I would even keep these triangles because I might need them another time for another art project, right? So there's my envelope cut into different pieces, and I'm going to use the rectangle for my painting, right? You want to think of where you can find paper. Maybe in the trash you see some things like this is a drawing I made and it's an old print. I could cut this side off I don't like working on the backs of things because you can see the gray, but I do have some white right here, right? I have white, and I have white on this side, like this. And just in case you want to keep things neat, you could have another box to be like a palette for you. You would take your box and you could take some masking tape. You could just tape it down so it won't move while you're painting. Like this. Oh, actually, I just had an idea, a great idea. You see this? You can even tape along the whole edge like this. You see? And then, even before you make your painting, you could draw, maybe with a pencil, maybe with a pen. You could draw something you wanted. I'm just going to draw a pattern or a design. I don't really mean pattern. See my shape? I'm just going to do this. Yeah, just let my pencil take a walk around. And then I'm going to paint with my homemade paint. Let's see. And then I'm going to show you something very, very cool. First of all, I'm going to use purple on the edges. I want to do this fast because I don't want you to have to, wait too long as I'm going. But you see, I'm having actually quite a bit of fun here. I want this like this because I have a trick to show you in the end. If you use tape and you paint all the way to the edge like I'm doing, you know what's going to happen? It's going to look really great at the end. So you want to paint right over the tape. See that? Right over it. There you go. Okay. Now we want to add some colors, of course. I'm going to take my sriracha sauce and put it here. Okay. And I'm going to take my brush and put some blue here. Okay. And I wish I had red, but oh no, I do. I have some red right here. I was going to say I messed up my red, but okay, no, I have it. As you see, I'm going very, very fast. I'm not mixing any colors. I just want to give you an idea of what it is you can do. See this? And then I'm not even getting messy at all because I am holding this in a box and it's not dripping on the floor because the egg yolk is sticky, and I'm not even getting it on my hands because I'm using this brush, or you could use your Q-tip or whatever you can think of. Okay. Soon I will show you the surprise. This looks like an abstract painting, right? Do you know what abstract means? Abstraction is just lines, shapes, colors. Okay, so here's the fun part. When you take off this tape, you have a beautiful white edge around. Whoa! You see how nice that looks? I'm serious. It looks like you could frame it now. Ah! Whoa. Wait, let me just get this last one off. Please don't give me a hard time. There we go. Wow. Okay. This is what I mean. It's got a beautiful edge. See that? On the back, when it dries, you could put your name. You could write about how you made this work. Or you could talk about what you think it makes you think about. But anyway, first you have to let it dry. So here it is drying in the box. And if you make some art that you really love, you could take a picture of it and send it to me if you want. I'm going to leave you the email address on the blog, and I would be very happy to put your picture up on the blog. So that might give you an extra little incentive. So that is painting with egg yolk and food colors or various items from the house. See you next time. Bye-bye.